Hey guys, just thought I'd come on here and talk about my new project that I've been working on. Still working on the NASCAR build, kind of wrapping that up. Got the USACC USAC build that's got to do a final on that on the 15th. But I thought I'd get back to the roots, and if you saw the thumbnail, I'm going to Prostreet this 69 Nova, and I took I just wanted to kind of step you through what I went and did with this, and I do want to direct you over to Pappy's tutorial that he did last year. I think it was last year or year before last, on his 55 Chevy. He did a tutorial on how he likes to use a 67 Chevelle frame to Prostreet the 55. This one's a little different. You didn't have to butcher the frame on the 55 because the length of the 55, the wheelbase was pretty dang close to the wheelbase of the Chevelle. But in this case, I have to butcher the frame a little bit. So just wanted to show you what I did to make this work, because this 69 body has a short wheelbase. And this is the 67 Chevelle, AMT 67 Chevelle frame, Pappy's favorite. And it's become my favorite as well because of this back here. So it has a 4-link in it. So the Nova, a lot of people will do the 66 Nova, but I found that it doesn't give you as much flexibility with lowering the ride height, and you don't have a 4-link in it, and so on and so forth. So this is just a little bit more flexible. The only thing I don't like about this one as much is this frame lay. It goes really low, so you'll be dragging this cross member on the ground, but that's okay. It's a model. It's not real life, and it's all about getting that ride height lowered. So first step I did with this is I cut this frame. I cut a splice out of this frame about, I think it was like 1/4 of an inch, maybe 3/8 of an inch. And you'll see this line right here is where I cut. This is a perfect area to cut. See, it's got the area right here. Cut that 3/8 of an inch out and then glued it back together. And then basically I'm working on the seams right now. You can't see where it's joined here, so that looks pretty good. Can't see where it's really joined here. That's what you see, is that line there is filler. I put filler in there. Still got some work to do. There's a spot right here that I have to fill with. Another one of my pet peeves is this, when I joined the firewall. So I used the 67 firewall. And what I did with the 67 firewall to cut it down to get ride height is I cut out about 1/4 of an inch here, rounded these corners off so it fits inside the body, and I'm going to show you how that fits here in a minute. And then I actually created this seamless area so you can't even see. That's a big deal for me. I don't want to see these seams in here. You can see them on the inside. I don't mind that because a lot of that's covered up with dash and stuff like that. Even with your flocking, you'll cover that up. But when you turn this over, I don't want to see any seams in any way, shape, or form. I want them to be gone. It's probably my OCD. Another thing I do with these frames is I'll narrow this back to fit, which I did on this one. Sometimes I'll chop off a little bit here. The other thing I did is I have a jig that I created, and then I take my Dremel and just router off these little attachments right here. I'll take the drill in there, drill the holes all the way through, and then I'll whittle these down so I can get the right height I want. When you do that, you also have to do that to these little points right here, because that's where your wheelie bars attach. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause it, and then I'll come back and I'll have it together and I'll show you what the ride height looks like. All right, guys, there's the ride height that we're looking for. Rear end is on the tub. Can't get that any lower. Front end is inches or centimeters from touching the ground, the cross member in here. I've taken care of the body on this car, taken out all the mold lines that are in it. I really hate that process because I always scar up the body. I always, when I do the panel lines, I always skip out of the panel lines by accident. So to help with that, I came up with this process of using this engraving tool, which is a 1.15, and then I basically engrave in the panel line, and then I follow it up with this, which is a little wider, and it makes this really nice panel line. But I'd love to hear what you guys do and how you guys go about doing that. It would be good feedback for me. So I think that's it for tonight, guys. Let me know what you think. Other than that, everybody have a good Saturday. It's Terry. I'm out.